Thank you. My name is Jeff Jones, lifelong Detroiter, passionate about my city, and I am just eager to take this fight to Lansing to restore democracy to my people in my neighborhood. In two words, it's broad and it's deep. Our district includes all of Highland Park, a city that's 90% African American. More than 2/3 of those people live at or below the poverty level. But we also include neighborhoods like Greenwich Park, College Park, Bagley, some of these, traditional middle class neighborhoods. I mean, we have some great schools. It includes Renaissance, it includes Mumford. We have so many institutions in this neighborhood that I just feel blessed to be a part of it and hope to do a great job in Lansing bringing home more resources and more dollars for this area. As I was saying, the roots in our community is very deep. Included in our district is the Burwood Wall. It's a living monument to segregation in the city of Detroit. It still exists. The residents, the 8 Mile old timers, this group of, African Americans who were pioneers in venturing from the, traditional enclave of Black Bottom, branched out into Northwest Detroit. We just finished up Michigan Week in Highland Park, where it's a week-long celebration, of the great history that's there in Highland Park. And even in our own community, Hope Village, we have one of the foremost workforce development agencies in the country in Focus Hope. It's been visited by every president with the exception of our current one. So, these are the types of institutions that really make up this wonderful fabric that is District 7. The most supportive constituent group has been what you might call the working poor. I know some people don't like that term, but I'll have to be honest. I'm nothing but a couple of paychecks away from being on the street myself. So when I talk about issues like streetlights being repossessed, water shutoffs, or this war on the poor that we call no-fault auto insurance, these are the messages that resonate with people, and this is what I'm hearing from community groups. They want somebody to go to Lansing to get this stuff straightened out. First and foremost, we are going to fix this auto insurance catastrophe. There's no way on God's green earth that someone should be spending more than their car note for car insurance. Let's unbundle this idea that anyone can get in a car and call 1-800 lawyers and suddenly get a check for the rest of your life. This whole system is corrupt. Our politicians have been bought and paid for by these insurance companies, and it's time for some new blood up there to tear this system apart and make it one that genuinely works for the people and citizens of Michigan. I want to hear from everybody. That's one of the problems that we have in Michigan. We listen to one special interest group or one particular lobbying group. We need everyone at the table to craft better legislation. When it comes to auto insurance, for example, we need to hear more from just the insurance companies and the lawyers. What about some real people who can tell you the pain that they face when they have to choose between driving dirty and feeding their family? I think that won't be difficult for me because the issues that I'm talking about resonate with everyday Detroiters, everyday residents in District 7, including Highland Park. When we're talking about the real ramifications of water shutoffs and foreclosures, these impact the very livelihoods of actual people. So recruiting businesses, recruiting other organizations who serve this community, it's a no-brainer for them because we're their customers. We participate in their events. We attend their meetings. We're part of their community organizations. We are the people. We are democracy. We are government. And it's time that the people in Lansing understood that. I've been engaged in this district, I think, since I was about 9 years old. What started me on this path was the swimmobile. When I saw the swimmobile come down Clements, I chased it down and I said, why won't it stop on my block? They told me you need to take action. So I went home and my father showed me the white pages, the front section that had all the government phone numbers. And I sat down with my mama's phone and I called these numbers till I found the appropriate department. And that next summer, I was able to get that swimmobile to my block. That showed me the power that one person can have to affect change in their community. I'm never going to stop. This is my neighborhood. This is my block, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that it remains the great block that it is. Naturally, anyone would love to be a part of the budget committee, the part that decides how you allocate monies. But I'm particularly interested in the agricultural committee, because in the city of Detroit, this urban agriculture movement promises to be a brand new avenue for self-help, wealth creation, and localized economic development. I like to say about our neighborhood, we're sitting on a gold mine. We just need the legislator to get out of the way and allow people to do what they do and feed their families. We need to look at how agriculture policy can, one, generate more entrepreneurs, more businesses, more local control of their own food system. And what also naturally ties in with the agriculture policy, it's about our health. If you're not healthy, you don't have a strong community. So to the extent that we can craft agriculture policy that makes food available to folks who are in some type of food insecurity, to the fact that we can provide more resources to provide expanded breakfast, lunch, and dinner programs at schools for our young people, that's what I want to do. And if I can get on the agriculture committee, that will be the push I'll be trying to make. One of my attributes is that I think people tend to like me. I have an affable personality. I went to school in Kalamazoo at Western Michigan University. I met a lot of people from the other parts of the state, whether it's Muskegon Heights, Cassopolis. And what I found in talking with my friends in those parts of the states, they're dealing with the same issues, maybe not as the same magnitude, but they're dealing with the same issues, to the point that we can start to talk together about how we collectively solve these problems. Our state will improve. Take, for example, the education issue. It's modern day Jim Crow that a student in West Bloomfield has a per pupil allocation of $12,900. A black student in Detroit, that number is $6,700. Separate, unequal, whatever moniker you want to put on it, it's just wrong. We need to change that. But too often we've made that argument become it's Detroit versus the rest of the state. Oh, it's just those Detroiters complaining about more money and all they're going to do is steal it. But when you look at the real facts of this, there are cities, Dowagiac, Copper Harbor in the Upper Peninsula, they are also being underfunded for their education systems. We have towns in the Upper Peninsula that are on the verge of dying because they can't educate their children and they can't retain people in their communities because there's been such a lack of investment in those areas. If we can start talking amongst ourselves as Michiganders about the issues that are really personal and affecting us and work towards solutions and not hide behind, oh, I'm not going to raise any taxes, or these blind lies that we tell constituents. No. Government should work for the people. Simple as that. But instead, for these past 20 years, it seems like the state of Michigan's government has been working against us. And that's why I'm running. We've got to change that dynamic. You can catch me on Facebook, Twitter. My email address is jj@voteforjeffjones.com. Voteforjeffjones.com. You can check me out on the internet. And also, if you feel so inclined to send a donation, you can mail those to the Committee to Elect Jeff Jones, Post Office Box 38383, Detroit, Michigan 48238.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The pleasure has been all mine.
Detroit is Different is where you get information, artistry, history, music, and even comedy. Detroit is Different, a home for the culture of Detroit. Visit online at DetroitisDifferent.com today.